We're here with Candace Wyndham, and she's going to show us how to make this fabulous home decor piece featuring seashells. Our first step is how to make these fabulous seashells. Candace, why don't you show us how to do this?
Okay, I'm using Macon's air dry clay. You can use any color you like because you're going to be painting them. This is kind of a little bit of an abstract piece as far as the paint colors are concerned, and so I just used white clay. So you just take a little bit and press it into the Macon's push molds, which this is just a great variety of shells. You push it in, you push it all the way to the edges.
So you're smoothing it right to the edges.
Right, yeah.
Let's just show how that, see how she's got that right up to the edges. Cool.
And it's okay to have it a little concave, but you don't want it coming out. You don't want it real fat on the back. Okay. And also, you want to make sure that you don't have any extending past the edges of the mold, of the push mold. And then you pop them out, and that's it. That's how you make it. And you let it dry.
Okay.
I usually let mine dry overnight. And you wind up with all of these fabulous shells that looks like you...
You look like you went and got them at the store.
I went to the beach. I went to the beach. Okay, and then you set those aside to dry.
Our next step is how to paint the frame.
Okay, the first thing I did was I put 2 coats of Decoart's Americana Decor Chalky Finish.
This stuff's amazing, isn't it?
It is. It's wonderful. It gives great coverage, and it does have that chalky feel to it, which I love. Then I put 2 coats of that, and then I'm going to come back with this color is Escape, which it looks like a beach escape. And by the way, this one is timeless. So I'm going to do pretty much a dry brush technique. I'm just putting it on very lightly because I can always add more, you know. And if I don't like it, or not necessarily don't like it, but if I want more of the cream color to show through, a little sandpaper, takes care of it. So you want to do the sides as well as the top.
Super easy.
That's it. This is painted. We're going to do one more step to get that finish, but that's it for the frame.
Our next step is to create the mat using paint and stamps.
Okay. Luckily, this frame that I picked up at just a discount store had a mat, a white mat, and all I did was trace it off on some nice scrapbook paper and cut it out. But I want to make it a little more. Okay. So of course we do. Make it your own. So what I'm going to do is sponge some Decor paint. I'm using a variety of finishes, and there's a beautiful mossy green and a peacock blue and a cream and a brown, and you just stamp your frame. And it's very subtle. Mm-hmm. You can barely see it, but it's there. And then when I want a little bit more, like this particularly.
Are you using Judikin stamps?
Yes, we are. Judikin stamps, and all of these seashells were just so beautiful.
They have a great section.
And this is a coral, and so I'm going to make it like it's growing down here in the corner. Run it off the page, a little bit if you want to.
It almost gives it a little dimension, too.
Yeah, it does.
Let's hold this up to the camera a little bit more. Yeah, that's really cool.
Okay. And one thing you want to do, remember, is to be sure and wash your stamps. Clean them with a brush.
Yeah, good old toothbrush.
A toothbrush works great. And this blue crab.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
Reminds me of Walter Anderson. See,
wow.
there.
It's so pretty.
It's beautiful. I just love it.
So you're just going to finish going around the frame?
Just go around the frame. You know, and if you want a little bit more color to your frame, you can sponge the edges a little like this.
It always gives a nice finishing look.
Yeah, it does, especially when it's on the inside. It also covers if you haven't cut it quite straight.
Now we're going to create our secondary mat.
This mat is a little wide. Some people don't like wide mats. I do, but I wanted more texture. So what I did was take the Kunin textured felt, which I love the stuff.
It's so cool.
It's got a beautiful, and it's a really high texture. You could actually take an ink pad over this and really make it pop.
Embossed felt is amazing.
It is. It's just beautiful. And I just cut a thin little mat. It's about half an inch to 3/4.
About 3/4.
Yeah. And it's going to sit right on top of that. And what I'm going to do to hold it in place while I'm putting in the frame is just to add a dot of beacon glue to each corner, and that will take care of it.
And you use fabric tack to do that?
Fabric tack.
And then you printed off your favorite little beach saying?
Yes, I did. My favorite one, which is, at the beach, life is different. Time doesn't move hour to hour, but mood to moment. We live by the currents, plan by the tides, and follow the sun.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I love it. And if I didn't live in Tennessee, I'd be living on a beach.
Next, we're going to show you how to etch the glass on the frame.
Okay. I'm using Etchal's Etch Mask, which is a very, very strong adhesive film. And I placed it over the entire glass that came out of my picture frame.
Okay.
Then what you do, I took an X-Acto knife and I just freehanded swirls in here to give it the effect of waves.
Of ocean
because
waves.
It was going to be a beach theme. Then you take your knife, and you never want to start in the middle, like right down in there. You don't want to start over in here because that can bend it. You want to start on the very edge and peel away.
Oh, that's so fun.
Boing!
The reveal is so fun. So you're just going to continue doing that
every
all
other
the way?
Every other way.
Okay,
that's all you do. Then when you've got that ready, you take your Etchall and you put it on, and when you put it on, you kind of tamp it really thick, really thick with the mini squeegee, and go all the way to the edge. Make sure you've got everything covered, because if you don't, it's not going to etch. You know, it just
set the timer for 15 minutes.
Right, and then go do something else, and then come back, and that's when you do not wash it down the sink. Scoop it up, put it back in the bottle. You can use it forever until it gets way down. Another thing, you never want to water it down.
Oh,
you want to always, and also if I have like this bottle and it's full, and I have another bottle that's got a little in it, I decide I want to put those together. Don't do that.
Okay.
Always use a fresh bottle. You know, when you finish, it's going to last forever. I've had this bottle 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Great.
So anyway, and so then when you peel it off, when you put that back in the bottle, then you wash it off, and then you peel off the other pieces of the etch mask, and that's what you come up with.
The waves on the frame are so cool. So now our next step, we're going to show you how to finish it out.
Okay, I'm using Beacon 527 adhesive, which is a wonderful all-purpose adhesive. And these are the seashells we made earlier from the Makin's air dry clay. But I've gone back with the same colors I used on the stamps and just painted them. And I haven't done a whole lot of thinking. I just kind of brushed it on.
A little free form.
Right. And you just want to glue them. And I like to put them on so that they look like they've washed up on the corner.
Yeah, that's
down
really
there.
Cool.
And
so you're just going to fill them in with the seashells all the way around.
Yeah, and you know, and you can have as many as you want. If you want the whole frame covered in seashells, you know, that's okay. And I like to take some and pile them up on top of others the way they land. You know, like
and then
that.
After we get that all done, what are we going to do?
We're going to use this wonderful, let me put the lid on before we have an accident here. This wonderful Americana Decor from Decor. It's a cream wax, and it's going to give this color, and you want to put a lot down in here. Okay, you take a paper towel and you wipe it off.
Yeah, it really gives it a nice
and always,
antique patina to it, doesn't it?
And always go in the grain of the wood. I mean, here the grain changes, so you're going to want to go this way. And when you get to the ends, it really doesn't matter. It's not going to. It's just going to look cool.
Yeah, that's
so.
Great.
When you get 2 coats on there, then you let it dry really good, and then buff it. Yes. And it just makes a beautiful, beautiful sheen on the frame.
And let's bring this one out and show us how you finish to do those amazing waves right here.
Okay, this is so easy. Judican's diamond glaze. I mean, it makes things shiny. It's an adhesive. You can do all kinds of things. I just took the diamond glaze and put it where the sand would have been left when the waves came in. And then I just sprinkled some Judican's glass beads.
Really, really look at this. It looks like it's the bubbles that come up when the ocean pulls back. And then you put everything back together in the frame.
In the frame, just like that.
This is an amazing home decor project. Thank you so much, Candace.
Thank you so much for having me.
We hope you've been enjoying our All-Star Designers Winter Series. Like us on Facebook, pin us on Pinterest, and follow us on Twitter.
And for full instructions and complete supply lists for all of the projects featured on the series, go to whencreativityknocks.com and sign up for our newsletter, and you'll be eligible to win one of the prize packages full of products from all of our series sponsors.